Hey, what's happening, Nation? It's Joku. Wanted to come out tonight, take a look at our free agents, and just see who's on this list and if we're going to keep them or cut them. I really want to hear from you guys and get your opinions on it. I really think this should be a pretty cool video. There's a lot of guys on this list, and I'm just going to say we straight up just cut, but I don't know. A lot of people have different opinions, so I want to see exactly how the nation's feeling about it, so be sure to hit me up. Before we do jump into it, the Raiders did sign 11 players to their future reserve list today. I'm not going to break down that whole list. It's on the Raiders.com transaction page. But three names that did stand out to me, that tight end, Nick Bowers. A lot of you guys were pretty hyped about him through the offseason and bringing him onto this team, so he has a shot to compete now. If we end up getting rid of Witten, then you end up having a Carrier back there. It's going to be him and Carrier fighting for that third tight end spot, so that was pretty cool to see. Dominic Eberle, that kicker that set all the records in college, he's going to be sticking around, so we'll actually have a camp battle and a challenge at that kicker position. I have no problems with Carlson at all, but it's always cool to see the competition and have that guy ride your practice squad, so if you do need a kicker mid-season because somebody ends up getting hurt, then boom, you have him on your roster. And the last one was Javen White. I was super happy to hear Javen White's name being announced on that. He'll be coming back to camp. I really think that kid's going to be sticking on this team. I'm hoping he gets a real contract and gets bumped up to this actual 53-man roster through this next preseason and offseason. So I don't know. That was pretty cool to see, but the main reason I wanted to do this was just to jump into these 22 dudes that we have sitting out there. The majority of them are unrestricted free agents. We only have, 4 guys that are restricted free agents. So we're just going to start at the top of the list. Let me know your thoughts. Let me see what you're thinking. Costas, what's up, man? Thanks for coming out. Larry, what's good, dude? Oh, Ferris, what's happening, dude? I want Rakeem Morris, dude. I want Rakeem Morris, too. I really do. He's supposed to have interviewed with, I'd be surprised if he ended up leaving Atlanta, dude. Oh, Carlos, what's good? Edgar, what's happening, man? All right, so let's start off. Jonathan Hankins. He's the number one dude on our list out there. He's only 28. I honestly thought he was older than that. I'd really like to see Hankins stick around on this team. A lot of this is going to depend on what defense coordinator we bring on and what kind of system he wants to run. If you get into that 3-4, a guy like Jonathan Hankins, he maybe could be a rotational piece, but he cannot be your starter in the middle of that 3-4 defense. So a lot of that's going to depend on the coordinator. I'd like to see Hankins stick around, especially if we do stick around in that 4-3. I thought he's played incredibly good for us the past 2 years. I understand he had some flashes where he was kind of on a downturn, but I thought he's been doing pretty damn good for us. I think Javen White has a chance to become a starter on this team in the future. I really do, man. I seriously do. And as far as Jonathan Hankins goes, I'm going to say we keep him. I don't think that dude's going to cost us a ton of money. I think he enjoys playing for this Raider team. He has a bond with these guys because he's been on the team for a good minute now. So I'll keep the Hankins. The next one on that list, it's Jason Witten. I think he's going to retire. Like, I have no doubt in my mind that he's going to retire. But if he wants to play another season, would you want to see Jason Witten come back? I'm definitely going to put the cut on this. Watching him catch some of those screen balls and just not being able to catch up to some of the passes on the routes that he was running. It sucks to say Jason Witten is a legend, like a true legend. I really thought he should have just stayed retired with Dallas. He came on with us, just kind of work with these young guys. I really think he had a huge impact on Waller. I'm hoping some of that rubbed off on Foster so he can end up riding off into the sunset. So I'm going to say that we end up cutting Jason Witten. Cut Hankins. Marco, what's up, dude? Troubleshoots, what's going on? Of course, dude. Gord, I'm with you on Hankins, man. Andrew, I'm glad you could make it out, dude. Yeah, Edgar, dude, I'd cut him too. Witten's got to go. It is what it is. Brian, I'm glad you could make it out, man. Oh, PPI. Cut Collins. Man, we're going to get to him in just a second out there. All right, the next one, dude, is pretty big on the list. It was Nicholas Morrow. This dude, I don't know. Last year, I was so pissed at him by the end of the season because he could not keep up with the running back. He was blowing tackles. He was missing assignments. I was completely done with Morrow. We ended up having him stick around. He had that injury bug. He had a little bit of the COVID crap going on with him. But even Gruden came out there and said, Morrow has been our best linebacker throughout this season. I don't really agree with that because I think Kwiatkowski has been our best linebacker hands down throughout this season, but I think Morrow has been a close second. I say we keep Morrow around. I don't think he's going to cost us an arm and a leg. I think we'll be able to fit him in with this weird cap situation that we're going to have this season. But Nicholas Morrow, I'm saying he's a definite keep for this team. Even if you bring in another linebacker that takes his role and you keep him in that rotation, I'm still completely down with that. So Morrow's a definite keep for me. Did you vote? Yes, Edgar, of course I did, man. It was a huge day in Georgia today. Keep Morrow. Sign Richard Sherman. He has to teach Damon Arnett and Trayvon Mullen. Dude, I'm curious to see what happens with Sherman. He's going to end up going somewhere. Keep Morrow and McMillan. Going to get to McMillan in a second. I'm kind of Hey, Sherman is too old. Sherman he's still making plays, dude. He's made more plays than our safeties and secondaries really made this season. So definitely keep him, dude. Morrow's a definite keep in my opinion. All right, let's keep moving on here. We'll go into Tack McKinley. Tack, you guys haven't seen Tack play. We have not seen Tack in the silver and black hit the field. He's a unrestricted free agent. His market value is not crazy high. I would love to see us keep Tack on this team for no other reason than I want to see him go through camp, see if he's really trying to prove himself, and see if he can take that next step and just become one of the rotational pieces on that defensive end that can get the pressure that we've been dying for all season long. Tack's a big one in my book. If he comes for the right price, you brought him onto this team for a reason. Granted, he has not been able to play, but go ahead and sign him, dude. Get him on this damn team. So Tack's, he's a keep for me. I don't know how you guys are feeling about that, but I would definitely end up keeping Tack. Oh, troubleshoots, what are you doing, man? Been drinking tonight. Question mark for Tack and Beasley. That's a big one. Watts, it's a big one for me. And I'm going to tell you right now, I say we cut Beasley. But if we're going to keep one or two, or if we're going to keep one of the two, I want it to be Tack. I truly, truly do. I really think that kid has a ton of potential. All right, man, let's keep pushing on here. Eric Harris. Man, it's, in my opinion, it is time to move on from Eric Harris. It is what it is. I know that dude has been a Raider for a minute now. I know not a lot of you guys have like any true attachment to him. He's coming out there and proving that he can be like a depth piece for us. But him having to come into that starting role, it's ugly, man. It happens more often than it should. I think it's time to move on from Eric Harris. I wish him the best of luck. I know he's going to end up getting re-signed by another team, so I'm not too upset if he did end up leaving the Raiders. It's not like it's going to be the end of his career. So I'm definitely thinking that we cut Eric Harris going into this offseason. It's not going to save us a ton of money, but it's just the right move to keep building the depth on this team and keep things moving forward out there. Yeah, definitely cut him. Harris, nope. Cut Harris. Harris, bye-bye. Harris was burnt toast out there sometimes last season and this season. We need younger. We need faster. We need faster and honestly stronger at this point, dude. I think we're all pretty much in agreement on Eric Harris out there. All right. The next one is Nathan Peterman. Nathan Peterman, I'm not going to lie to you guys. If our quarterback room did not change through this offseason and we went in the next year and we had Carr and we had Mariota and then we had Peterman as the third, I would not be pissed about that at all. Like, at all. I would not care. I really think that Peterman has learned Gruden's system to where in an emergency situation where he had to come in, he would at least understand the plays he was running, and he would understand like the majority of this playbook at this point, man. That kid's been riding this roster for a couple of years now, and he's been going through all the practice squad stuff. He's been going through all the motions just through camp and everything else. I think Nathan Peterman being our third quarterback is fine. If you want to cut Nathan Peterman and bring a rookie onto this team to kind of be behind Mariota and Carr, I will take that all damn day too. But Peterman's a tough one for me. I don't think he's going to end up costing us that much money at all. Like, I really think you could end up paying Peterman the same thing you would pay a 4th or 5th round quarterback coming out of the draft. So I'd honestly, at this point, I would say keep Peterman just because we need so many other holes filled on this team. But I know a lot of people are going to disagree with that. It is what it is. Peterman is the coach's son. And I'm telling you, so he truly loves Peterman out there. Keep Peterman, trade Mariota. That I would not be shocked by at all. Keep Peterman for now. See, I'm glad you guys agree with me on that because I really thought I was going to catch a bunch of hell for that. I'm going on a 2-mile run, still listening though. Dude, best of luck to you, man. If I ran 2 miles, my ass would be coughing and dying by the end of that thing. All right, and then keep moving on. The next one is Denzel Good. For no reason do I want to see Denzel Good leave this damn team. I think he is somebody that we have to sign to this team. I honestly think that Denzel Good could be the person that you re-sign to a contract, end up moving on from Trent Brown just to free up that big chunk of money. That money you could use to sign Good and somebody else. I really think Denzel Good has to be re-signed. I do not want to see him slip off this team. He has played so many spots across our offensive line that he's huge for me, man. We have to keep Good. I don't care if you guys disagree with me or not on that one. That kid is damn good. We have to keep him on this roster. Let me see. Pizza, what's going on, man? I'm glad you can make it out. Mariota over Peterman. Mariota showed us all he can still ball. No, that's what I'm saying, dude. Keep Mariota and keep Peterman. Let that quarterback room just ride out there. Keep Good. Yes, dude. We got to keep Good. Watt's like 110% green. Mr. Big, what's happening, man? Gord, that's it. Good is good. Dude, yes, we need to keep good. I really hope. I don't think he's going to end up costing like a little bit of money. I don't think it's going to be anything crazy. I don't see any reason why we should not be able to re-sign him and keep him under contract. Good keep. Yeah, dude. Edgar, we got to keep him, man. All right, let's keep moving on here. The next one is Nevin Lawson. I'm done with Nevin Lawson. I was done with Nevin Lawson last year, and I've had to suffer through it again this season. Nevin Lawson should have been Prince going into this season, and I think that things would end up looking a hell of a lot better for us. I think Nevin's going to end up still landing a job out there. He's 29. He's had his off-field issues. He's had his issues on the field. I just don't think it's a good fit for us, man. I think it's finally a chance for us to move away from it. Go ahead and let him test free agency. If he doesn't get another job, go ahead and just kind of let him sail off into the sunset. That is what it is. But Nevin Lawson, I'm going to say, has got to go. Like, I've seen that dude just get spun around and burnt so many times. He has to go. And Nevin Lawson, I wish you the very best, man. But, dude, time to stop being a Raider. All right, let's see what you guys think. Yeah, dude, we got to cut him. Keep good. Start Simpson at guard and cut Brown. And start a good right tackle. Dude, start good at right. I'm all about good taking over that right tackle position. Simpson starting as that. At the guard for us. That one's that's a tough one for me, man. Send him back to the Lions. He's too small. He just can't keep up, dude. He just gets burned. A double move will eat him up. A slant across the middle will eat him up. I'm sick of watching it, dude. Keep Goods or Eric Harris, yeah, dude. Miguel, you're a little bit behind, dude. Just fast forward a little bit. But yeah, Eric Harris definitely has to go. Lawson is good depth. He just can't cover tight ends and speed wide receivers. And Fierce, I mean, you're right, but if you think about it, we're in the AFC West. All we're playing against is speed wide receivers and the best damn tight ends in football. Dude's got to go, man. I'm going to say cut him. We need bigger cornerbacks. Yes, bigger, faster cornerbacks. That's why I really liked Isaiah Johnson, because he had the size. He had a lot of speed behind him. I really liked the way that his game was playing, but he's a tough one for me, man, because he's been burned out there. All right, let's keep pushing on here, dude. The next one is Derek Carrier. I will tell you this right now. Derek Carrier, or John Gruden, loves Derek Carrier. Like, truly loves him. I really think he's going to end up sticking around on this team. I'm going to say that we keep him. He's younger. He's a hell of a run blocker for us. He can honestly catch the ball in certain situations if you need him to, because he always draws that single coverage because nobody's expecting the ball to go to Carrier. I really think without Jason Witten being on this team, Carrier would see a bigger role in his production. You'd see sets out there where you had Foster at one tight end, you had Carrier at the other, and then you could break out Waller. And those are the kind of 3 tight end sets I was talking about all through the offseason that I'd really love to see. And I think Witten kind of took that away from us because he brought a lack of speed and just, I don't know, teams know what he's going to do. So Derek Carrier, I'd like to see him stick around. That dude is not going to cost us a damn dime out there. But I really think that we can keep him around. We always carry 3 tight ends throughout the season. So if you have Waller, you have Foster, and you have Carrier, and we get rid of Witten, and then you keep Paul Butler on your practice squad, I'm okay with that, man. I really think that's damn good. And, I mean, I like the way it's looking. Keep Carrier. Yeah, Mr. Big, dude, I'm saying it, dude. He's not going to cost us a lot. He knows Gruden's offense. He understands what he has to do. Isaiah Johnson will play better in a better scheme. I think you're right about that. Robert, what's happening, man? I'm glad you could make it out to the show. Brian, what's good? Keep Carrier. He's also good on special teams. Yes, he is. That is a straight fact. Thank you for bringing that up, man. Gord, like I'm saying, we'll only keep 3 out there. Hefe, what's good, dude? No, Hefe, see, that's the reason your ass got blocked right there. That's not on me. You know Waller ain't going to your ass. Carrier can stay. 3rd tight ends on special. Yes, dude, that's what I'm saying. Keep him around. He's stuck around a long time already. He's going to stay. He's another guy on this list I want to talk about sticking around for a minute. We need less of the guys that Gruden loves. Chris, man, I'm not arguing with that. I'd rather see the bigger name guys that have a little bit of attitude that are going to get in Gruden's face, even though he might not like it. We still need another cornerback. We actually need 2 safeties. Watts, I 1,000% agree with that. I've mentioned that in my past couple videos. I would love to bring in 2 starting caliber safeties on this team. Move Abram up to that wandering linebacker position and just let him feast all damn day. I say keep Jeff Heath and put Joyner at free safety. Oh, man. I'm all about putting Joyner at free safety out there, but Heath and Harris are tough ones for me, dude. Heath ain't going anywhere. He'll be around for a minute. Edwards better get off the ball more. dude, give Edwards needs a better shot at getting more play time out there. We draft a second free safety. He stays and Abrams backs up. Or Abram backs. It's possible, Costas. That's very possible. All right, let's keep pushing on here, dude. The next one is Zay Jones. Zay Jones, I talked about him all through the offseason because he was working with Carr. Things were looking pretty good for him. I really thought they were building a chemistry. I thought he was going to be a way bigger impact on this offense going into this season, especially with the young wide receivers and Aguilar coming on. I was like, well, shit, Zay Jones has been here for a minute. Him and Carr have got the rapport going all through just doing those one-on-one camps out there. And then nothing. And I'm saying right now, dude, I'm not even going to hesitate on this. Zay Jones is a cut. I think we can cut pretty much the back end of our wide receiver room with the talent that we have on this team right now. So I know a lot of you guys are going to agree with me on that one, but it's time for him to go. Edgar, yeah, Zay cut, dude. Earl Thomas wants way too much damn money, dude. Zay Jones stays. Man, I really don't think Zay does stay. If you think about it, if Williams restructures his contract through this offseason, which is a definite possibility, and then we use that money to re-sign Aguilar, and then we have Aguilar, we have Williams, we have Ruggs, we have Edwards, we have Renfro. That's your 5 wide receivers right there. Then you have Waller, you have Foster, you have Carrier. Right? I mean, you're looking at a solid-ass room at that point. And Zay Jones would be nowhere near to being in that starting class with these guys. Maybe you could bump him back to the practice squad, but I really think he'd want a shot to go out there and work into that starting rotation. So Zay Jones is a definite cut for me. Crowd's not decided yet. No, it has not been. Abram was playing besides Jeff Heath. He was, and I'd rather see him, dude, I would rather see him out there playing next to anybody else besides that, dude. Booker deserves to stay. I'm going to get to Booker in just a second, Robert. We got too many mouths to feed, so I'm sorry. That's it, man. There's too much talent in front of Zay that is just better than Zay, and that sucks to say, but I mean, that is what it is. If you look at the people that are in front of him, we should pay Nelson Aguilar even if he wants a lot of money. No, I am not going to pay Nelson Aguilar a ton of money with the talent that we have. If he wants just an average, because he's not a number 1 wide receiver. I understand he plays our number 1 wide receiver, but he's not a number 1 wide receiver. And I'm not going to pay his ass number 1 wide receiver money out there. What are y'all thinking about the defense? Saw an article that the Chargers maybe letting go Gus Bradley. I saw that. I heard we were actually supposed to be interviewing with Gus Bradley. We need Trent to go. He's not healthy. I don't think Trent's going anywhere. Zay deserves to stay, but I agree with you. I think he does deserve to stay, but there's too much in front of him at this point, man. Rich E, what's happening, dude? Move Jordan to free safety, Arnett to slot cornerback, and draft Patrick Surtain. Dude, if we can track Patrick Surtain out there. Chargers let head coach go. Usually that means the rest of the coaches are going as well. That is very, very true. Oh, D-Mag, man, how are you going? Dude, I'm glad you made it out to the show. I was, hope you're doing well, man. Rich, I appreciate you, dude. Valerie, should we keep Renfro on the punt returns? He's fun to watch and fearless and takes huge hits sometimes, but he's getting... Man, I really like him on the punt returns. It really seems like he's at the brink of busting every damn one that he catches. I know it sucks because he does take some huge shots, but you got Ruggs that can back up that position, and he's electric out there. I'll keep that all damn day. What about Rashard? I love Jalen, dude. I don't think Jalen's going anywhere. Zay is good, but he didn't have a shot. Keep Zay for depth. That's a lot of depth, dude. Think about that room that we have right now. It's a ton of depth. Sebastian, what's going on, man? I'm glad you can make it out. Who put... I'm not sure, Sebastian. My bad, dude. All right, let's keep pushing on here. The next one is Kyle Wilbur, dude. Kyle Wilbur, was waived last season. Then he was brought back, and now he's a team captain. And he's great on special teams. I mean, he is great on special teams. But at some point, when Kyle Wilbur is forced to play in these games, it's a cluster, dude. It is what it is. I want to see Kyle Wilbur finally cut off this team. It almost happened last season. I think this is going to be the season where it definitely happens. We need way better depth at that linebacker position, way better depth. And I understand what he brings to special teams, but you can stick anybody out there in special teams and really hope they end up getting a decent play made out there. Kyle Wilbur, you have been huge for this team. I respect the hell out of you, but I think it's time that we end up moving on for Kyle Wilbur. We need that roster spot. We need it for depth, and we need it for defensive depth. And he can't bring that to us, so he's a big cut for me out there. Chris, what's going on, man? Yeah, dude, I think it's bye-bye for him. Wilbur must go. Tired of him. He can't even fill that linebacker. That's what's going to kill him, Brandon. That's his biggest downfall. We can't use him on downs. No, we can't. And that's what sucks, dude. Watch Cobra Kai. It was on YouTube TV 2 years ago. Dude, Cobra Kai is badass. I'm about to break down that whole other season. I've been watching The Boys. I know this is totally off base, but that show is awesome, dude. I want to finish that before I start watching Cobra Kai out there. Wilbur is a liability on defense. Let him go. I'm not arguing with it, dude. I think it's time that we move on from him out there. We should get a blocking tight end. I doubt Jason will return. Should we draft a tight end in the 5th or 6th? That's what I'm saying. TOAs, dude, I really think Derek Carrier can fill that spot for us and end up being that tight end. And then, like I said, we re-signed Paul Butler to that future reserve contract, so we have a little bit of depth behind that. I think it could end up working out for us. Valerie, if Jacobs is suspended a few games, do we bring in a guy like Adrian Peterson or Frank Gore? That's a tough one. I'll tell you right now. If everything pans out, I didn't want to talk about that because it hasn't been completely confirmed. I understand the news is kind of running with this, but his lawyers are saying a different thing. I don't want to comment and talk about some dude before you have all the information. It pisses me off when people do that. So I wish him the best. I really hope everything works out, but if everything does not work out, and it was what it appears to be, he's probably going to end up facing a 2 to 3 game suspension to start next season. At that point, we do have to have another back on this team, and I don't want it to be Booker, especially starting a season, and we're going to get to him in just a second. Witten has to go too. Yeah, dude, I'm really sure Witten's going to end up retiring. Dude, Spitfire, that show kills me, man. I love that show. Oh, Jason, what's good, dude? Thoughts on Jacobs DUI? Yeah, like I'm saying, dude. We address the offense or defense in this draft. I still think we go defense in this draft. I think we go defense the majority of free agency. I think you're really just looking at bringing in a couple offensive linemen through free agency and possibly the draft, and everything else needs to be focused, whether it be trades, free agency, or the draft out there. Just bringing in these defensive guys. The draft doesn't have good DTs. Should we target? Oh, Leonard Williams, dude. I would love to see Leonard Williams come on to this team. I would not question that at all. It's really going to be how much money we can free up letting some of these dudes go. We need factors, guys that do their job. Honestly, the only players we need are the game breakers and in our defensive tackle position. Our DBs and safeties just need to be decent. If we can end up getting pass rush, if we can get a pass rush, they can be decent and we can end up squeaking by with it. But if you generate 0 pass rush and you expect decent guys to keep up with some of the elites out there, you're going to get torched every single game. And that's what we're seeing happen right now. I do not want to see that trend continue, dude. It's driving me insane, truly insane. Didn't use Foster Moreau enough. No, Javier, I agree with you. I really think he was banged up at the start of this season. That's the reason that we didn't use him too much. And by the time it seemed like he was better, when he ended up scoring that touchdown, he juked the damn safety out of his boots before he made it to the house. I mean, I want Foster coming back at 100%. I really think Witten kind of stepped on his toes a little bit this season. Peaky Blinders is a good show. I'll have to check that out, dude. Cobra Kai, if you watched all the old ones, like when you were a kid, all the old Karate Kids, dude, that show will crack you up, man. Oh, Tom, what's going on, dude? I'm glad you can make it out. Defensive line and safety, top priority. Yes, dude, it's free safety, top priority. Matt, what's going on? Who are you liking for the D coordinator? Really hoping that Mayock is up to some context. I heard Wade Phillips was out, dude. That's what I heard, that Wade Phillips was no longer an option. There's been a lot of names thrown around out there. I'm just curious to see who it is. A lot of these guys you're going to see either cut or signed after we get a true defense coordinator in there. I've seen the linebacker from Notre Dame. Dude, that linebacker from Notre Dame is insane, Mitchell. Insane. All right, let's keep pushing on through this list. The next one is Raekwon McMillan. Man, towards the end of the season, watching him come in and get the play time, not having Gunther kind of telling him what to do, just letting Marinelli kind of let him play, I really thought, I understand he ended up blowing a couple tackles out there. Our whole damn defense was blowing tackles. And he ended up blowing coverage twice, really stick out in my mind where he just truly blew it. But he had a couple plays where he made the big stick in the back, or he ended up breaking up the pass with just one hand sticking it out there at the last second. I really like Raekwon McMillan. I really would like to see him stick on this team. Honestly, as a depth piece behind Morrow, because we're still going to have Gronkowski, we're still going to have Littleton. You end up having Morrow and McMillan. You got Javen White coming on. You got Tanner Muse moving into that linebacker room. Then your linebacker room is pretty much set at that point. I understand those are not big name dudes, but I really think that some of those names that I just listed off in the right defensive scheme could end up being the players that they were before they ended up coming to the Raiders, a.k.a. Littleton, man. I think Kwiatkowski's going to end up being fine in whatever system he plays in, but I want to see what Muse has. I really want to see what White fully has. And then if you end up keeping Morrow and McMillan, you have the depth behind it, and you have your 6 linebackers out there that can carry you into the 2021 season. I'm not going to sit here and say that I would not love to see the Raiders go out there and draft a linebacker in the first round of this draft. I know that will never happen. I wish for it every year, and it never freaking happens. But we've missed out on some damn studs, like true studs. But I really think that if we did it, man, we could work with what we have right now, especially if you bolster up this defensive line. So I'm going to say we keep McMillan. He's not going to end up being a huge chunk of money. We have a lot of coverage linebackers, not many run-stopping linebackers. That's it, dude. Yeah, that's what he brings for us, dude. But who knows? It all depends on the defensive coordinator. Like 110%. Our linebackers just need to perform consistently. Yes, dude. Like Littleton consistently. And he started to turn it on at the end of the year. I was happy as hell about that because I've been talking him up for so long. And really for the last 3 to 4 games, he really seemed like he was coming around. Him and Kwiatkowski seemed like they were gelling. They were both making plays. They were both always at the ball. So, and then McMillan was getting in there, man. So I'll take it, dude. Javen White could be a good cover linebacker. I really like his size. I like his speed. I just want him to put on a little bit more size. What's your opinion on David Arnett this season? I talked about it in my last video when I was doing the booms or bust. Just between the injuries, him getting banged up, the missed tackles, him not wrapping his arms and just trying to drop his shoulder. I thought he played pretty damn good in coverage. I think him playing zone coverage instead of playing man press completely screwed him, and I put that 110% on Gunther. But overall, man, I'd give him like a C this year. I'm really hoping that kid can buckle it down and turn it around. How do you feel about Gus Brown? Gus Bradley, I don't know, dude. I mean, I would take it if it ended up happening. I want to see somebody get in here quick. I want somebody to come in here, start working with this team immediately. I'm at work. I'm PT. Oh, part-time, partial ACL tear. Oh, damn, dude, that sucks. Went and played this half a year, but Foster will be the backup. I'm really thinking he's taking over that number 2 spot. Fresno County, how's it going, man? Cut Lawson, that guy is... Lawson's, I'm pretty sure, is going. Diego, what's happened to dude? Let Aguilar walk, cut Tyrell inside. Man, a lot of you dudes out there want Allen Robinson. Godwin, I don't think is going anywhere, dude, like at all. I do not think he's going to end up making it off that team. Allen Robinson seems like he wants out. There's a shot that we could get him, but that's a chance, dude. That's a chance because you've seen Carr have the chemistry with Williams. You've seen Carr have the chemistry out there with Aguilar. Those two at the field at the same time, and then you have Ruggs playing that slot, or you spread it out and you get those 4 wide receiver sets or even 5 wide receivers, and you bring in Edwards and you bring in Renfro. That's the kind of thing that Carr would thrive in that I just don't think he's going to end up seeing. Littleton said Gunther was coach. Yeah, dude, he did. He came out there and just said it straight up, and he said it early on. I kept hitting around it because he said it in a press conference, like, I can only do what the coach tells me to do. And at that point, I knew right there that those two were not getting along, and it just was not working. Compton straight up just told the facts out there. I was so happy to see that. Should we bring back Irvin, Tack, and Beasley? Tack, I'm going to say definitely, 110%. I don't think Irvin's going anywhere. Beasley, I'm still up in the air, and I'm not even going to lie about that one. All right, let's keep pushing on because this next one's pretty easy. It's Sam Young. Sam Young, I'm saying, is a definite cut. I mean, we've seen him get pushed back in the car time after time after time. It sucks to see, and it pissed me off the entire year. Plus, he got banged up. He is older in his career. I think it's time for him to just kind of hang it up. I mean, thank you for your time, Sam Young, but we need that money. We need that roster spot. You got to go. We got to bring in somebody younger. I'm not even going to read the comments on that one because if anybody disagrees with me on Sam Young, just click this like and hit that big ass X in the corner because Sam Young needs to go. The next one is Devontae Booker. This is a big one, dude. The nation is pretty damn divided on Devontae Booker. He's he's completely unrestricted. He came onto this team, and I've said it before, dude. I really thought he was the perfect spell back for us. I thought that he came in there, and when Jacobs was playing good, the offensive line was working, you could hand that ball to Booker. He was going to continue to just pound that defense. But when it came time for him to take over that starting job, he killed us, man. He just killed us. And a lot of that goes, to the offensive line. They were completely banged up when he was taking over that starting job. But at some point, you have to be able to get out there and make those plays, even if your offensive line is banged up. We saw Jacobs do it all damn year. And I understand he's our number 2 or he's our spell back, but spell backs have to take over that number 1 spot every now and again. I'm going to honestly say, in my opinion, cut Devontae Booker. I think we have better options that we can bring onto this team. He's a tough one for me, though. I know a lot of you guys are going to disagree with that, but I'm going to say we cut him, move on, either bring somebody young, just a big hard-hitting guy in the draft onto this team, or there's going to be some pretty big name, not big name, but bigger running backs that are coming onto free agency that we should be able to lock down for a pretty reasonable price, because guys aren't going to be getting the contracts that they've gotten over the past few years going into this season. So Booker, man, thank you. You were on a 1-year prove-it deal. I really think you proved it. I think you can end up going to another team. I don't see any doubts about that. I don't think your career is going to be over or anything crazy like that. But as far as the Raiders are concerned, I think we move on from you and just bring somebody else in. Cool, Kev, what's happening, dude? Get Lindsey. Dude, if we brought in Lindsey and you had Lindsey, dude, I would take that. I would take that in a heart. I'm not even going to lie to you, dude. Cut it. We need a hammer. Someone like Ingram. Dude, I would take that all damn day. Not Ingram necessarily, but just a big hammer guy out there. All right, let's push on to the next one real quick. Fresno County. Gruden hires his friend, so expect Gus Bradley to be the new DC because him and Gruden have a history. That's sad but true, dude. That's the last thing I want. I want somebody who's never even heard of John Gruden to come in there. All right, Nelson Aguilar, dude. Nelly's the next one. A lot of you guys want to see us keep Nelly. And I've said it before. If we keep Nelly and Ty Williams doesn't want to restructure, then you're going to end up seeing Ty gone. I think it's a very slim chance that both these dudes end up staying on the team. Nelson Aguilar came onto this team on a 1-year prove-it deal. I think he has completely proved it to the NFL that man can catch the ball, hang on to it, and make some big explosive plays for you. But he did that with Carr. I really want to see him stick around on this team. They really seem to have a good rapport out there. And I don't know, it seems like Carr has his timing down completely. I'd like to see him get more involved in just like the every down plays and just kind of catching those slant routes. But I've talked about that from our whole wide receiver room out there. I would really like to see Nelly stick around. I think he's going to want some money. I truly believe that. If he does not want a tremendous amount of money, I want to see him stick on this team. So let me know what you guys think about Nelly, man. Keep Williams. Williams is going to be tough. Williams was pissed at us in the middle of this season. Went out there and deleted all his Raiders crap and everything like that. I have no idea what that was about. But hopefully we can bring him back. I think the question is, are we choosing between Nelly and... That's it, Chris. That's how I see it. I see us choosing between those two, especially with the money. Edwards can replace Nelly. I would love to see that. I mean, Edwards was starting this season across from Ruggs. Those were our two starting outside wide receivers, week 1. And then Edwards ended up getting banged up, and then Nelly came in there and just dominated, like straight dominated. So that's a tough one too, man. Want to keep Nelly, but I feel like he's going to want big money, and hopefully they can work it out. That's it. It's all going to come down to how much money that dude wants. Tyrell got McFadden. Edwards can replace Nelly or Tyler. That is true, dude. We can't let Nelly walk, period. See, Gord, I don't want to see him walk. I really thought that they have a damn good rapport. $8 million tops for Nelly. Yeah, tops. Like a top damn dollar, $8 million. Because you got to figure that Williams is eating up, 11 for us? I'm not paying another receiver that's not going to be able to go out there and play consistently for us. Keep Nelly, waive Williams. Curtis, welcome to the show. I think I agree with you on that one. P-Dog, what's good, man? Only keep it at the price is right. Guy balls out, prove it years, and then reverts back to his crappy self again to make that bank. And that happens to a lot of players out there, man. Nelly is speed, though. Yeah, dude, I mean, we got speed. You got Renfro. You got Ruggs. You got Waller. We got plenty of speed at that wide receiver position. I want to see a receiver come out of this team, and I really think it can be Edwards just to be like your big possession guy that can go out there and make those plays in the red zone, make those tight first downs that you have to have. Then Nelly, but not if he... Yeah, dude, that's the thing. It's all going to be about money with him. Cut Jones and keep Ty Williams at a discount. Curious to see what Ty Williams ends up doing, dude. Nelly is fast as hell. No, I'm not taking anything away from Nelly's speed. I'm just saying we have a lot of speed on this team already. Williams got to take a 1-year deal, though, at this point. Yes, like a complete 1-year prove-it deal to prove it to the league once again. All right, man, I know we could talk about Nelly all damn night, so I'm just going to keep pushing out here. Because the next one is a dude that I really do want to talk about. It's Theo Riddick. I really like Theo Riddick. I was really excited when we signed him out of this team. I understand he ended up going to the practice squad, and he just showed like little flashes throughout the season. That dude is fast. That dude can catch, and that dude can drop his shoulder and straight run through somebody. Plus, he's pretty damn good in the blocking game. I just don't know. I don't think Theo Riddick can be. I think it would be the same situation with Booker. I think it would be a better pass-catching option than Booker, to where he was playing that spellback position. He could end up making the yardage that we need him to make. He could also make the catches out of the backfield. I think it would open up this offense a little bit, keeping him instead of Booker. But if Josh Jacobs ended up going down and Theo Riddick was your starting back, I still think that would be a huge problem for us. I don't see us cutting Booker and Riddick. I could see one of those guys, probably Riddick, going back to the practice squad, and then Booker just being cut, and then us bringing somebody else on. But if it came down to keeping one of those two, my vote goes to Riddick at that point. I would like to see Theo Riddick stay on this team. I don't know how you guys feel about that. But that's how I feel, dude. Riddick stays, get rid of Richard. Dude, Gruden loves Richard. Carr loves Richard. Richard has made some huge plays for us. And that dude is a stud at blocking on third downs. He has saved Carr's ass on more than one occasion. That's the thing. I really think that Richard would end up beating both of them out, and then you bring in like a second running back at that point. Riddick looks like a low budget Richard. He really does. He honestly does. That's the best way to put it, Andrew. Why was Edwards and Maroney not in the game plan? Edwards, when he got banged up, dude, I think he was a huge part of this offense. Then when he got hurt right off the season and Nelly ended up showing up so much, I really think that he ended up just kind of taking a step back, which kind of sucked to see, but it was his rookie year. He's still going to have time to progress. As far as Foster goes, I think Foster is going to be a huge part of this offense. I think he was hurt at the first part of this season. I think we were slowly working him in. And then by the time that the season was pretty much a wash, I think Gruden was just like, all right, I'm not going to put him out there, chance him getting hurt again. We're just going to back off of this, let Witten finish out the season, bring him in certain situations, and keep him healthy going into next year. Yeah, Costas, that's what I'm saying, dude. Richard owns the same. Cool. That is a fact, a true fact. Dax, what's going on, man? Rick, what's going on? I always like Riddick. Gave a lot, dude. I like that kid. I have and I always will. What are your two biggest position needs in your mind? Just right off the bat, not even thinking about it, it's a free safety and a defensive tackle, or like a true edge rusher defensive end, because we're missing that right now. Mad Max is that man, and he's going to continue to be that man for us. And Farrell is playing that defensive end position incredibly well. And I wanted a guy like Arden Key to actually pan out, just like a dude that's just super fast coming off that edge. His only job is to come on and second and long and third downs and just blitz the hell out of the quarterback. I want to see that happen for us. Our defensive tackles, besides Hankins, man, it's kind of been a cluster out there. Mo has been pretty banged up. Malik Collins has just been a wash, like a complete wash. So we'll see what's happening with him. All right, let's keep pushing on here. Daryl Worley. We brought him on as a Band-Aid. I don't see him sticking around. I see him testing free agency again. I don't think he's going to stick. I really don't. I think he understood Gunther's system. I don't think Marinelli tweaked it too much as far as just I think he just tried to make it faster. So Worley was able to just kind of come in and fill the void that we needed. He's going to test free agency. He's going to end up being picked up by somebody. I do not see Worley coming back onto this team. It's just my personal opinion. All right, then the last four dudes we have out there, they're restricted free agents, and Dalen Levitt and Kendall Vickers, they both have an E before the restricted free agent tag. I'm not going to lie to you. If you guys know what that means, please tell me. I have no idea what that means. So, but Dalen Levitt, I skipped Vic Beasley. Let's hit Vic Beasley real quick. That's my bad. He's the last unrestricted free agent we have. I really think the Raiders are going to end up keeping Vic Beasley. I do not agree with that move at all. I would let him test free agency. If nobody ends up taking him, then you bring him back on way less money than he's expecting to get, because he's going to end up wanting $7 or $8 million per season out there as far as his market value goes. I say we let him test it out, and then if nobody takes him, we're like, all right, well, you want 7 or 8. We'll go ahead and give you 5 on a prove-it deal and see if you can come out there and get your name back up. Maybe he would bite on that, but I really think somebody else would end up taking him, so I don't know. Vic Beasley, I know a lot of you guys love him, dude. I'm just not sold on that dude at all. Valerie Worley definitely cut. Gus Bradley or Wade Phillips. I'd take Gus Bradley in that situation 100% of the time. Nixon makes too much. Dude, yeah, we talked about him, dude. Like, he kills me, dude. Vickers, I really like Kendall Vickers. I really, really like Kendall Vickers. And like I said, he's a restricted free agent. Hopefully he sticks around, man. Keep Vickers, cut Levitt loose. I think Levitt's definitely gone. He has that restricted tag on him, but he hasn't shown up for us. And he did get a little bit of play time to where he could have gone out there and prove himself. And he had that one like diving pass breakup that I really remember, but I've seen him. He's getting torched too. I know he's decent on special teams, man, but we need to bring in players that can be your starters and then still cover their special teams duty. We've seen Abram do it. We've seen a lot of different dudes do it. Jennifer, keep Levitt. Yeah, keeping Levitt. There you go. I'd like to keep Irvin one more year. I don't think he's going anywhere. Let Vic go. He didn't do much. Koji, he didn't have too much time to do anything. I've just seen that dude bounce from team to team out there, so I'm not super, super excited about him. David Irving, I think is going to end up staying on this team. I have no doubts about that. I think he's going to have a shot to get healthy, getting the game time readiness, and then come onto this team and make a big impact. And I really think that he's going to be a key addition to us getting pressure next season. Corners draft or free agency. I'd like to bring in one in that draft, and I'd like to bring in one in free agency, to be completely honest. I'd like to bring in a vet in free agency, of course, but then just not even draft like a big name guy, but just draft somebody with size that can work behind these guys and just kind of learn the system that we're running and then come in if he has to and just kind of pan out more than Isaiah Johnson did, which sucks to say because I really liked Isaiah Johnson, but I just don't know if it's going to happen. I wish we stopped trying to copy that Seattle defense. Yeah, that would be nice. That would be real nice. Levitt can't be used on downs, only special teams. That's what sucks. Those are the guys that we have to get off this team, is the guys that are only special team players, man. You have to start, got to get to the point where you're moving on from them. The next one was Trent Siege. He's our long snapper. I don't think he's going anywhere. That dude is a damn good long snapper. He's been with this team for almost 2 seasons now, like 2 full seasons. So Trent Siege, he's a keep, definitely. He's not going to cost a bunch of money. He understands the offense. He knows what we're doing. Daniel Carlson, I really thought Daniel Carlson played pretty damn good for us, man. So he's going to have some competition through camp, but I say we keep Carlson without any doubts. And then the last person on that list is Kendall Vickers, man. And like Watt said, keep Kendall Vickers. That dude made an impact every single time he hit the field for us, but for some reason we kept reverting him back to the practice squad and then starting somebody else that went out there and did absolutely nothing. Like nothing. So that kind of sucks, man, but I'm going to say keep Kendall Vickers, give him a shot to actually win a starting job in this rotation because I truly think the dude has earned it after this. Curtis, cut Zay Jones and Lawson. Yes, cut both of them, please, for the love of God. We need a defensive back and a D tackle in this draft and in free agent focus. Cool, Kev. We need a lot of pieces on that damn defense out there. AJ Cole is still under contract right now. I really like AJ Cole. I think he's a damn good punter. I don't think he's a punter that's going to cost you a bunch of money. He's not a punter that you're ever going to hear anything out of as far as not being football related. And we've had that problem in the past with punters. So that is what it is, man. All right, man. That's pretty much what I have for you guys tonight. Just wanted to break down these free agents, get your opinions on it, see how you guys are feeling. Carl Nassib is still under contract, George. He is not going anywhere. I'm hoping he's one of those dudes that we can restructure out there to free up a little bit of extra money for us. So if you guys could, please just click that like button on your way out. It really does help me out and keep me growing. If you have not subscribed, please do think about clicking that button. It really does help me out. But until next time, guys, I'm Son Joku. Thank you all so much for coming out. We will see y'all next time.